Sorry, stream is dead. Let me put the marbles on. The kids need marbles.
Oh yeah.
Fuck. What's that? Ritz Mitz? Lovely. Okay. Let's get some marbles going.
Alright, I'm now
15.
I'm now considering the ideal one actually is to double tap the Sakura double.
You think so?
Yeah. Does this work? No, the problem is I'm just trying to think is whether I go Crocs or KSA, right? Like the shift looks very different based on that decision.
60 seconds to race.
Need for Frothy Philly double. I feel like Frothy Philly won't be the play. I mean, to be fair, if there is a week to get Frothy Philly, it's now. But all Frothy Philly does is create this same problem of like, I have to just, all my transfers have to be to just solve the Frothy Philly problem next week rather than to actually do anything to strategize for the future. You need a cheap keeper. Well, I'm thinking, even though it may be... Are you still going one into the Sakura double, Max, or are you, like, just completely ditching it?
I'm going one. I'm going Zomba.
Okay.
I'll talk about it in a second. So I was kidding.
Okay. Yeah, because... Oh, fuck, I actually can't quite do that, right? I don't quite have the budget. KSA is slightly too expensive. Like, it doesn't quite work. Fuck. I picked up Hawk, Checkmate, Tree, Frothy Philly, Gala. Yeah, I think you're good, actually. And you need to get rid of Frothy Philly. Need a cheap keeper. Yeah, this is where Crocs comes in, right? Because if let's run the same thing again. And I just get... let's swap this back to all people. Let's get Crocsy Crocs. And then... I believe TV&T should be 1 point cheaper than KSA. On what basis? What's the argument here? I have 2 extra points for next week, so I could always trade someone else if I need more. Vibes. 1 less hand. It's 2 less hands. You don't get any points for hands. I guess maybe you only get points for hands. Really? Taking Sakura against the Ducks? You'll live to regret it. No messages from Nog friend though, so.
Star Wars?
Oh fuck.
Oh, I missed it.
Oh. To be fair, I feel like I mean,
There's been a
few times I've caught it, but then it's not triggered. Any like copyright thing. So I don't know what the rules are.
I think I missed it this time. Oopsies.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Because I could just go Kevster, because that's like the most immediate dopamine. But then I've just got myself stuck. Unless I just commit... If I commit to Crocs and just keep Kevster the whole time, isn't that a system? That's basically... That just feels like your gambit with an extra step. Let me get the fixtures up.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's just because like I look at my roster right now and it's like, if I have... Oh, Cat, you've won. Nicely done. A marbles victory. How's it going, oldie hunter? It's going all right.
I mean,
let's go back to this.
Or I just get Psycho, and then I have... That means I have money in the bank. And then that means I can turn Skyle into someone else, into like another like decent support at some point.
Let me look at yours. You have Crocs, Lenny, Psycho, Vega, Sile. I mean, I'm looking at your roster. It's like you just need... How much budget do you have right now?
2 budget with this version.
Yeah, I mean, how much is Sile? 20?
20, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can just trade Sile for one of Funny Astro, or like you can just trade Sile for a Twisted Minds player.
Like a simple
if you have
player,
Crocs,
yeah.
Yeah, if you have Crocs, then you have like unlimited flexibility essentially for like every other role for the remainder of the stage. You know, like Crocs is so cheap that like all of the other roles are really affordable no matter what. You've got Lenny, like you started with Lenny, which is like a really expensive person, I suppose. And you probably don't want... I think keeping Lenny's just dumb because like you can...
You can get a
Kevster or something else.
Well, I do want to swap him to Kevster, but the problem is like, when do I have a free transfer for that is the problem, you know? Like,
well, you're never going to transfer your tank role. You don't need to transfer... Like, do you have Psycho right now? Is this your current roster? Or have you
no, this is with 2 transfers, with Crocs and Psycho.
What are your transfers right now?
So it's Troy and Rhino.
Why would you trade in a Psycho this week when you could just go Zomba and then Psycho next week? Or are you trying to...
Well, because then I'm just...
Who do you so badly want to get rid of on this roster in the following week?
Well, I think it'll be the Sakura... If the Sakura players come in, they have to go next week.
Yeah. This is your transfers used or not used?
Used.
Yeah, but...
But then if I get... My point is, if I get Psycho, then it's...
What's happening here.
But if I get Psycho, then it's just... He's locked then for the next 2 weeks, and it'll be like crazy score.
I just mean, like, why... You're not trading Vega at any point. You have no rush to trade Lenny because you're not trying to maximize doubles in that role. Like, the only... Like, I look at your roster right now, and I think, like, the only people that you, like, particularly want to trade are Psycho and Siles. So, like, what do you care if you're using a transfer this week on Zomba and then next week on Psycho? Because you're not trading Vega or Lenny or Crocs anyway. Like, if you're not trading any of those three,
I guess in my head I was originally gonna kill Crocs. But maybe actually at least... I mean,
if you want to... How do you... Once you take Crocs, how do you ever get rid of him unless he gets priced up? Like...
Well, this is what I mean. And even if he gets priced up, I don't think... He's not going to get priced up enough to actually just transfer to like a Hawk or something, right? Which is why I was looking at...
You're never going to get someone... You're never going to get someone you want, you know? You're always just trying to minimize loss. And like... Crocs is going to have like one fucking absolute stinker of a match where he's going to go like super negative, maybe 2. Like Twisted and Hellcat both. But ultimately, like... He's so cheap, he's just enabling you to take doubles like everywhere else. Like you can take one guy going like soft negative for having as many doubles as you possibly have everywhere else.
Well, that's what I was thinking of, like, because KSA is the opposite option, right? Where I actually then invest in that role basically, but then I just need someone cheap elsewhere.
Well, right now,
but then I don't know who that is.
If you have KSA, you take the KSA double. How much budget do you have?
18. It's really awkward. If it was one
It's just
more,
too
I could
low.
just get Zomba, yeah. Because if I could get Zomba, it then
You can't
feels
get a
fine, right? And
single.
then, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like one
Sugar Free
budget
just
off
kill.
working.
Yeah, but the problem is like you can't constantly have these like super low cost players. You know, like Zomba's good for like 1 week with this double because they have an easy
Yeah, but
fixture
if yeah,
overlapping.
but you
But
see
like
how
all of
close it
these
is to
players are gonna
working,
get
right?
negative.
Because if it was Zomba, then the week after I can just trade both DPS, go to Kevster or something, and then upgrade Zomba to like a slightly more expensive DPS or something. You know,
I know what you're saying, but like
it's like
go
it
to
doesn't.
arrange by points, arrange by point cost, and like start scrolling down to the people that cost 18 and 19 in the DPS role. Go filter by DPS and go to like people
Here.
that cost 18, 19.
Yeah,
Bit
but
behind,
that's what I mean
'cause of the
about then
latency.
trading sugar free, and I could get like two. I could get like a psycho. I could get like two 22 cost DPS players. I could get like Psycho Tree or something, you know.
Yeah,
But who
and
do
maybe
I? But
I'm just undervaluing
like
cheap DPS as well.
like the problem is because I think there's also a weird argument that actually like the players least likely to score big are the DPS to a degree.
Hmm.
But the problem is like if I
Maybe.
had one more point and I had Zomba, then I think actually I can just do that. But it just doesn't quite work.
Yeah.
But I feel like I really can't keep Choi this week. Maybe am I overreacting to that? Like, does Choi
No, I'm
have to
just
become
not-
the person I tank?
I just don't think cheap DPS are much chop. You know, like I just don't think cheap DPS are worth it. Because cheap DPS when they have hard games, it sucks. You know, like you need a cheap DPS that has an easy fixture. Otherwise, they get shit on. As soon as they start
Yeah.
getting shit on, it's
Well, that's what I
actually
mean with
chalk, you
Choi.
know?
He's just gonna get chalked, right? Like I was watching Choi fucking like struggle against the good guys.
Yeah.
Like so, my faith for him to handle Twisted Minds this week are super low. Whereas at least with
Yeah.
like Skyle, because obviously I could take the minus 25 and go Z over Skyle. I mean, that's the other option is I commit to the triple. I just go double Sakura. Let me do the math.
아직까지 조금 저희가 부족한 부분이 많다고 느끼고 있고 또 저희 스스로도 경기력에 조금
Does Z outscore Skyle by 25?
네, 조금
I think really possible.
시간을 좀 가지고 있다고 생각을 하고 있고 네, 더욱더 앞으로 발전하기
And if I do that, I have one budget. I take the minus 25.
때문에 앞으로도 좀 잘 지켜봐 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
오, 그렇군요. 그렇다면 외팀은 이 스테이지 3 어떤 기억으로
And then I hit the double really hard. But then the question is, what would my week 4 look like, right? Because then am I just in a situation where Zomba and Z need to die again?
뭐 종종 이런 일을 겪는다고 생각하거든요. 뭐 못할 때도 있고 잘할 때도 있고. 근데 이제 뭐 결국에는 이런 이제 좀 쓰라린 경험들을 좀 양분 삼아 가지고 뭐 저희의 발전 소재로 써야 되지 않겠습니까? 그래서 뭐 그런 마인드로 일단 이번 스테이지를 하고 있습니다. 네.
네, 스테이지 3 양 팀에게 어떠한 의미일지 또 이 의미를 가지고 앞으로 어떻게 나아갈지 한번 들어봤습니다. 자, 이미 플레이오프 진출 유무가 확정이 되고 유난히 우여곡절이 많았던 정규 시즌이었지만 또 즐거운 기억이 되기 위해서는 오늘 플레이오프까지 가기 위한 또 좋은 기세 이어가야 할 텐데요. 자, 그러기 위해서 오늘의 승리 반드시 필요합니다. 진흙탕 싸움.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's for week 4 that's for tricky. Like, how do I... That's the bit I'm struggling with. Like, how do I make changes this week and that don't just, like,
저희가 느끼기에는
make next week feel impossible?
된다면 네, 고속도로가 되지 않을까 싶습니다.
오, 그렇다면 외팀은 어떨까요 오늘?
솔직히 이제 진흙탕은 지겹거든요. 아, 좀 시원시원하게 이기고 싶습니다. 예.
진흙탕 이제 그만 고속도로처럼 시원시원하게 좀 깔끔하게 3대 0으로 이렇게 이기고 싶다라고 말씀 들어봤습니다. 자, 플레이오프와 LCQ 서로의 향방은 정해졌지만요. 플레이오프 상위 라운드를 넘어 부산행 가능성은
You know, because in an ideal world, what's the fixtures order? SSG play Dildux. I worry that one's going to be super quick, so maybe, like, next week if I can swap out a Sugar Free, that's the ideal. But to swap out a Sugar Free next week, I can't have double Sakura.
저희 같은 경우는 지금 현재 계속 만들어 가지고 있는 과정이라고 생각을 하고 있고요. 네, 모두가 정말 열심히 하고 있기 때문에 꾸준히 응원 주신다면 언젠간 꼭 보답하는 시간을
Yeah, chugga char. I feel so. Crispy Marvel says, onto what ergo chair do you recommend? Dude, I'm not a chair doctor. I bought a Herman Miller Aeron because they had them at work at LA Gladiators, so I kept it. I sat in it for a couple of years at LA Gladiators, and then I came back home to Australia, and I thought I was sitting in like some IKEA. I think I was sitting in an IKEA Marcus, like something that was just fucking terrible, and I had like a racing chair as well. It was like they were all crap, so I bought a Herman Miller Aeron.
어떤 팀이 승리를 가져가게 될까요? 웹 세트도 확인해 보시죠.
What if I go Crocs Kevster?
This guy. He's trading in a Kevster in week 4 or like week 3. Like he's just doesn't have the fantasy brain. Like
What do you mean? What's the problem? And then I swap
you
sugar
just don't have the
free,
fantasy brain.
and then I get like I go into simple. No, like literally. Let me do the math. So let me do the math.
Guy.
What do you mean?
This fucking every time I get back,
Is he literally walks? He's stormed off. He's stormed off because he's scared of genius. Just premature on Kevstar, but it's sugar-free I want to swap. Like, obviously sugar-free will be fine here, but it's nice to free up the budget. 10:30 reminder. Oh, thank you, Lemon. Yeah, everything should be queued up, though. Oh, wait, I need to send the tweet. Let me compose a tweet. Good work, though, Lemon. I 100% would have got distracted by all of this. Let's just use the text from the last one. Then I need the link still. I need to change that to EMEA out of respect as well. Surely this is a chaos in Kaneo angle. Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Hello. Have you cracked the case on your fantasy yet?
No, I'm preparing this tweet instead.
What's the tweet?
It's just announcing that the EMEA highlights are out for OWTV.
Lovely.
Oh, in 5 minutes they are.
Nice, Elliot.
I
Thanks for the
just
cent.
need URL.
X-Ray, just trickle feeding me those cents, man. You're a man of few words, but many cents.
Not got a lot to add, but a lot of coins. A weighty pocket.
Got a whole lot of coins. Not like in a rich sense, but just a lot of weight in those pockets.
I mean, if this was, you know, like the 1400s, having this amount of coins would actually be huge. Unfortunately.
Got to be close to 10 cents now. It all adds up, dude. It all adds up.
You know, like, I've not solved the fantasy thing at all because I got to the you storming off, and then Lemon reminded me I had to send the tweet. So we're actually exactly where you left off. But let's work under the basis that I'm not crazy. How long do I have?
Crazy.
I'm literally just hearing the music. Okay.
You're crazy.
You're just upset because I have Kevster and sugar free, and I've actually made the exact roster a 10-year-old would make.
You've got the iShow finance.
Yeah, but what if Crocs is for finance? Then you go, you know, like Crocs is for finance. It's a French, French
finance. Roster. They're good with money. All right, Pelican, Sim is back. Magazine is on the wheel. 18, 17, 16,
I wasn't
15.
paying attention.
Tell me it works.
Keep
14,
going.
13.
It works.
12.
Just works.
It just works. Mag rolls behind. Neil Gizzy. I mean, way not long for this world, for this match, I feel. They've had so much trouble with this double flex matchup where Aid has no longer been able to carry on the hit scan, and now Zeta Division, they just get to play double flanker again. Sombra's available, and he can use that to camp out Aid, who's playing hit scan wide at the moment. But Aid, for the meantime, has played coast and gotten a whole lot of damage in. He is being dived, and Sonjin is actually the first to fall. Nice opening dive from WAE. Like I was saying, they are going to make this series competitive as Pelly's going to go down. Really expecting an immediate Sombra swap here.
Yeah, very much will just give them the edge in that matchup. Then Alpha, you can keep mirroring it as well. They need something to get onto Aid, because especially in this downtown, that high ground position, you can see Aid floating around Val. You see he's got full pocket from Lee Soo-min as well. This is the position that Zeta Division really need to deal with. It is tricky though. Again, Tracer Sombra can't necessarily affect that one directly all that often. Mag is going to be the one who has to try and find it. But while that happens, Milgaru's just zoning this backline in the corner. Aid is taking pot shots as well. And it's difficult for Zeta to move forward.
You can see right now Zeta Division rolling around. Milgaru is incredibly low, being poked super low, and oh, he will go down actually. Pelican just finds that kill right away. This Sombra swap makes things so hard for WAE because he can target both ends of their comp. He can make it difficult for Milgaru, but he can do the same for Aid. So low on the coast right now as Blissey drops a Guardian Wave that's going to take down Lee Soo-min, and the flip has gone through. Now this is where the real struggle begins for WAE, because even though there's lots of high ground space, again, it's so difficult for one of Milgaru or Aid to find value. One of the brothers is going to be camped out by Pelican in these fights.
Yeah, choice for Pelican now. Mag is hovering top left as they're just trying to poke each other for a bit. But really, it's Pelican's decision which one he is going to mark. You see Sunjin is actually quite deep behind, trying to take some attention onto the backline there. But Finn doesn't seem all that scared at all. But maybe it was actually Milgaru marking Pelican. How's he found that kill? Big opening now as they come towards point. But Bliss has killed Lee Soo-min. Even trade now as Alpha Yi still underneath Milgaru. Has that pulse bomb in hand. But the backline from Zeta, they keep finding kills. Aid is in awfully deep, but going to take a miracle to get a kill from here on the coast, and Alpha Yi can finish off that one. And started well for Zeta for WAE, but couldn't convert that into anything.
Yeah, no conversion on that one, and now Zeta Division getting to one of those scarily large ult banks. EMP around the corner for Pelican as well. WAE need to find an opening. You can see Pelicans camping the flank right now, trying to go for a little one-bot virus on Sonjin, but Sonjin too quick, too fast, too smooth. Lee Soo-min also getting put into a lot of pressure, but Sonjin, even though his manual hack will survive, Bowler Shot comes out from 8 up on the high ground. You can see WAE, they're really trying to take the space now. Lee Soo-min's on the point, Maka drops the Kitsune rush, but Lee Soo-min will fall 90% on the beat. Blissey drops the Tidal Blast onto Magazine, but Maka's so low. The trades are looking good for Zeta. Even though Blissey's traded, it's just not going to matter. WAE can't get it done here on the retake.
Gonna have to back out the choke now. Hack and Virus to clear him, and it's gonna mean one more attempt for WAE. They do have the beat to answer this EMP if they can get that one off successfully. Aid also going onto the Sombra now as well. Just not being able to survive, not being able to have the impact he wants on that Freya. But again, the decision making goes over to Pelican. He's gonna get the manual hack onto the ball here. Alpha Yi is right there with him to force him all the way back as well. And now Pelican's actually gonna push this side. EMP coming behind WAE right now. Look at the Lee Soo-min. He's caught in it as well. Lee Soo-min dies with the beat. And that'll just be it, I think. That's 3 kills already out of that EMP. Perfect from Pelican. And WAE had no answer to this Sombra.
Oh, so tragic.
They flipped?
The way there. Why did they stole the cap? Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it. Lee Soo-min coming back with the beat.
Do it, Lee!
Yeah. I don't know, mate. Like, Sombra swap comes through, Lee Soo-min can't get the beat online. By the time he has it online, he's in main and he's caught in a 3-4-man EMP. Just an absolute unmitigated disaster right there for WAE. Pause comes out, some time to think in the scoreboard.
Time to send a tweet. What teams have WAE lost to? All the big teams. And also Onside Gaming. No offense to Onside Gaming, of course. Yeah, Falcons T1 CR and Onside Gaming yesterday, which means... I mean, WAE's chance to get into a top 4 and directly to playoffs now is... I think it's not even possible if they win this game. Yeah, WAE maybe just cooked. Obviously, winning this game will still give them better seeding going into the LCQ, so it's still really worth something. But their high hopes of getting directly into playoffs went away with that onside gaming loss yesterday. Oh, and we're back.
Yeah, we're right back into it. Magazine rolling around in spawn. WAE making the swap over to Winston now for Mecha Base. I mean, it's a reasonable choice. There are some nice chokes that you can block out. It's a little bit more awkward for the wheel. A little bit harder to snatch up Mega Health Packs on this map. There's just not enough of them. But no, Milgari is actually going to stick it out on the ball. He's changed his mind. Forget about the Winston. Die on the sword. Maybe he could see what Pelican had picked in spawn. He knew Pelly was on Torb. So maybe he's ahead of the game because Zeta Division's comp makes it really hard to play Winston.
Yeah, there's going to be so much damage on as well, so we'll be alright on that one. Sombra from Aid might actually be quite tricky in this here. Might be forced to play a little bit more through Mag instead. You see that first hack going on to him as well. They've cleared for turret, they're on the back foot, and now Pelican's just swinging far on his right-hand side. Going to run straight into him here. Pops that overload, forces for Sombra all the way back, and Zeta Division right now taking control of all of his high ground.
Yeah, Zeta Division have huge high ground control right now. Point touch is on for WAE. You can see Aid starting to hack up some packs as well, trying to make life a bit more difficult for Magazine. Zeta have great long range poke though towards Sim. Engagement comes out of Pelly though. He's actually rather low. He gets the Suzu on the low ground, but now it's Zeta Division touching the point first. So WAE need to find another target. Milgaru, intoxicated, I'm afraid. TP Suzu comes on actually from Maka. That's a great judgment. It's rare you see that hit on a ball. Now you see Alfie dropping down, trying to bunker up inside. Zeta Division in the 4v4, they have stolen the cap.
It's stolen the cap now, so they're going to drop onto Pelican and find the trade actually. And Maka again, crucial kill for him. Maka seems to be getting it all done for him on this Mecha Base, and now will be Zeta Division having to concede for flip right back. Huge aggressive plays from Maka in all of this, and a late kill onto Alfie too. Pretty good situation. Look at his Kitsune Rush advantage too.
Huge Kitsune Rush advantage now for Maka. He can throw that down early on in the fight. Aid's also getting quite close to the EMP. I think playing the Sombra in these mirrors, it's just guaranteed value. Always make life more difficult for the Wrecking Ball. Have an incredibly potent ultimate as well. Torb Sim, they TP in. They take wide space. Milgaru's rolling through everybody, but he's been caught up on a wall, taking quite a lot of damage. Not enough damage to kill him though. So Milgaru, he might just be able to roll back, take up, and he doesn't even go to heal. He just goes right back in for another turn. But Maka has fallen in the meantime. The Torb Sim, too many survivable characters, and they just win on WAE's engagement.
Yeah, you see it there. The kind of idea of how Zeta Division's comp works is just that a lot of their heroes are better at just surviving that ball timing. If they hit the Suzu, they hit the Guardian Wave, and when that ball comes through, it takes way more damage than the ball on the other side does. But Milgaru commits that slam anyway. It's actually Maka who dies through all of it, which is a bit of an odd one. So that ult advantage comes to nothing. Now we're looking at a big ult exchange on the point. Aid's going to try and clear this TP, but actually gets cleared himself for it. Playing with it. Oh, Lee Min dies to this one as well. Oh, wow, they're just dead. Finn hits the Kitsune Rush timing. It looked like it was WAE trying to set up a dive on Zeta Division, but it's Zeta who make the first move.
Yeah, Zeta, I mean, now that they're in control, it's going to be really difficult for WAE because when Aid can set up in advance, when he can, you know, have the space and control the flank, it's easy to get that EMP angle. But on the retake, it's much more easy to mark. You can see he actually does find a pinch, though. Catches Bliss and Pelly. Pelly is going to disappear into the night. Slam combo from Milgaru gets it done. Pulse out from Sonjun as well. Tidal Blast counter from Bliss. He's perfect, though. Completely prevents that kill with the Pulse Bomb, but... oh, Milgizzy's gone down, 4v4, but faster respawn for Zeta Division and no tank. It's going to be real tough for WAE.
Yeah. With that advantage, they TP forward Zeta, they clean up the remaining kill onto Aid, and they can go hold close. Double support ult coming back for WAE, a swap onto Freya for Aid too. Minefield, everything like that in play. But Zeta Division, the fight's going to be forced to point, and Zeta Division have some of the best ultimates in the game for fighting on point. You can see already Milgaru getting pinned back. Mag, though, a little bit harder to clear, just zoning this backline. Pressure onto Lee Min now, forces him all the way out, but Freya's there as well. We'll just regroup on point. Mag, it's down to half HP actually, so now Now the sim wall comes out. Good minefield as well from Milgaru on top of that one. Still double support ult as they put pressure onto Pelican. Steals the health pack, but Pelican clears him. Molten Core coming out now from Pelican. Beat still available from Lee Soo-min. They really need it. Only 3 players get it, and Milgaru dies on the point to it anyway. Just too much come on that point, and it is Pelican getting full pocket. Should just be, well, actually not good for the cleanup. Maka finds 2. 8's going to drop onto the point on a mine, though. Lee Soo-min gets crushed, and Alpha U will eventually be able to shut down Maka. Cartoonish end to that point, but it is good for Zeta.
It's just the story of this roster. They can't get it done if they don't have A dominating on hit scan. When he plays the Freya, you see so many of their openings come from him doing all of this damage, but as soon as he makes the move over to the flankers, they just don't have that same level of power on their team. Even when they find opening picks on players like Pelly, they just don't have the same level of play. And unfortunately for WAE, I'm not sure that there's any ban they can make to get them over the line here. You can see they're struggling non-stop. But ourselves just already, we're 1 map in. Solemn faces for the WAE side. It's not looking good.
Yeah, you can see the sort of problem they're facing where Aid plays Freya, then it feels really bad. So he goes to Sombra, and then he struggles. So then he wants to go back to Freya, and he's just struggling on Freya as well because of the nature of the hero in the meta at the moment. And it just feels no good option for WAE to get their star man into a position he can actually be the star man for this roster. And there's been a pretty strong correlation between that and WAE's downward trending results.
Oh, heavens. Fantasy?
Alright.
I think I'm going to pull the trigger on my fantasy changes. I think I'm committed to this. I think I'm committed to Crocs. Just like... The only thing that I'm maybe thinking is like... I think the 4 doubles in the final week is worth having Crocs worth not much.
Who did they have in the final week? They had Peps, actually. That's not even too bad, honestly.
Crocs is so fine. Crocs is actually really good to have in week 6 as well, you know?
It's just a week 5
The only
tank.
problem with having Crocs is that, like, he's a week 5 problem, right? Like, is there a world where I'm, like, swapping... I just don't think there's a world where I'm swapping Crocs out. Because it prevents me from getting doubles elsewhere. What did someone suggest?
Someone suggested a way out of Crocs, potentially, is week 5, take the Team Z double and put Astro in. The Team Z double is Sakura and Nightmare. So it's not a great looking double.
That sounds
but
like
it's better than Crocs' single. Yeah, so it depends, because obviously as soon as you... And actually Team Z have Extinction in week 6. So the biggest gamble is, do you actually think Team Z are going to win these games against Sakura and Extinction? That's like the real... Obviously Nightmare they're probably going to lose, right? But if they win, if you think they're going to win the other 2, Astro becomes like a really reasonable option.
I'm just not a believer. Cinnabar, I know you're here. I know you're listening. I'm just not a believer. I just don't think it's happening. Yeah, I'll just take the Crocs. I'll just take the Crocs, I reckon. Like, the only way out of Crocs is... the only way out of Crocs is like a single 1-week trade, but I don't think I have the trades for it, is the problem. Like, if I go... Let me get my theme of Bob up.
I'm grabbing a drink. I'm grabbing a Diet Coke while we do this, and then I'll continue to get myself out of a sugar-free Kevster situation.
Not gonna happen. So, like, the times that I want Crocs off my roster are like week 4, which is completely impossible. Like, I can't get rid of him for week 4. So I'm just keeping him for week 4. And then week 5. But my trades in week 5 are setting me up for week 6, you know? Like, in week 4, in the current week, I'm going to this. In week 4, I'm taking 2 Twisted Minds players in the support role. I'm taking 1 Twisted Minds DPS and 1 Twisted Minds support. By week 5, I have 0 pre-positioning for the final 2 weeks. All of these players have got to go. Checkmate, Zomba, Violet, Landon, they all have to go. So if Checkmate, Zomba, Violet, Landon all have to go, and I'm dipping into the double Twisted Minds, then I have no room to take an Ultraviolet or a Maimone or anything like that. Because I'm taking points here for the Sakura. I'm taking a Sakura point here. and then I'm going twisted double, and then my next double is in week 6. And that's my whole plan. That's the whole stage done and dusted. And if those are my trades, then I don't think there's a single movement that can help me, because, you know, to get rid of Crocs, I'd have to take a cheap DPS, like a Zombie tier DPS. I'd have to take like a Choice A1. And there's just trades across the board for that. Why kick landed? Doubles. Don't you get like... How many trades do you get in playoffs? Don't you get like... I don't know if it's unlimited trades, but like I'm pretty sure you... Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm fine on trades when playoffs come around, right? And you get like more budget too. I think playoffs becomes more about like... Do you get anything for winning? I think the person who wins gets like 100 quid or something, but I can't get it because I'm too insider knowledge-y. I came like 5th or something. What did I come last stage? How do I look at the leaderboard for last stage? I think I came 5th last time. £200? Jesus. 3 each week and +4 budget? Okay. That's fine then. That's fine then. Because like I'd be really happy with my roster then. Because yeah, what I'm going to wind up having is just Crocs in week 6 is like so fine too. And I don't think that there'll be a better move. And I'll be trade capped because I'm going to be using two. I'm going to be using two. Oh, fucking every time I click up top. I'm going to be using 2 trades in this week. And 2 trades in this week. So I have doubles here, and then I have 2 doubles here. So this is a big gain week. This is a passive gain week. This is a big gain week again. You could take the GK double in week 5 and then hope they score big in the SSG series in week 6. I think there is a case for that. Like there is a genuine case for that, but only with Ultraviolet. Like I think I could distribute the risk a little bit, where it's like, I could take Ultraviolet, who like I have real high confidence will score well no matter what, because he'll do well versus Dilducks. He'll do well even versus Team Liquid, even if they're losing. Ultraviolet will do well because Ultraviolet is just points. Yeah, Ultraviolet is really expensive. And then I could sacrifice one of the double players in the final week, right? Like, I don't need to hit everyone on a double in this week, but the problem is if I take UV, I'm stuck with UV. I might have the money to do that though. I can just see how that unfolds when the week comes, to be honest. I don't need to think that far ahead, like locking it in. But like, GK is really expensive. Like, I'm not taking Maymone, you know? Like, Maymone does not score enough points in games where they play close. He simply does not for me to justify that cost, you know? Whereas like, this final week, for Team Liquid, like Sakura Dilducks. Oh,
I'm back.
The thing about this double, the Sakura Dilducks one for Team Liquid, it could be a really underwhelming double, you know? Like, I do wonder, like, Sakura Ducks, am I just gonna get fucking, am I gonna get cucked by the Sakura Ducks? Because they actually, like, are not good point scoring teams. Like, they're just gonna fuck them.
Which one, sorry? Are you talking about Sakura versus Ducks?
Yeah.
I know, Ducks have... The Ducks is like, they have one good map in them normally. And then that's it, you know? So it'll be like
Yeah.
Like, I got screwed last week because SSG... Like, at Esperanza, Sugarfree scored like 4 points, and I think Hawk scored 2 points because the Esperanza was just over in 4 minutes.
Yeah. And then, like, here, I'm taking simple... I'm taking no Z. Z's dead now. Z has been ignored. I have 3 budget in reserve. I use this 3 budget to get Psycho and Simple here in Landon's slot, because I think Violet will score more than Landon. In week... well, I can make the decision when I come to it, I suppose, but...
Vision are fine until week... Like, this week's bad, but
Vision
then 4 and
quick
5
in
are
week...
good, I think.
Vision will play Quick in week 4, Cat will play Peps. Like, these are both stomps, and Violet is like Mr. Scorer, you know? Like, he's
in
just
those
the
ones,
best scorer,
yeah.
so I'll keep... Yeah. So, like, in this week, I'll free up the Landon budget for Simple or Astra. I haven't decided on who yet. And then, yeah. Should I submit my roster? Am I ready? I think I'm ready. I think I'm not making any changes. Elliot, congrats on the Marbles win 2 maps ago. I was gonna go Z Zomba, but I decided against doing it just because of the limitation of trades. Rah. Cheers, Elliot, mate.
Alright. WAE have made the controversial decision of taking Zeta Division to their best map. They banned Zarya, at least, but Banara's just going to play Diva instead. And WAE... I don't know about this one. I mean, historically, WAE have been a team that are shit at the draft. And we'll see if this one pays off for them here. It looks like Milgara's going to play Winston. They're going to go Hanzo Tracer into this. We've seen Hanzo obviously do a lot of work on this map in particular before. But Zeta Division, more than comfortable here. Pelican's going to be starting on the sim in that usual position, marking the hotel. And it will be on WAE just to create a little bit of space. Additionally, A does just have access to this high ground already, so they can just start playing a little bit slow for point. Try and force that. You can see Sunjin already playing for this early touch as they try and get a position top right as well.
Yeah, Aid's top right now, just chipping away with as many arrows as you possibly can. TP comes down on the high ground. You can see space is being taken by WAE, but Zeta Division are ping-ponging around to try and make sure that it doesn't stay that way. WAE now touching the point as well, but points being, you know, adequately contested by Burner for the moment. And I think WAE, this is a really hard task for them. You see Milgara's taking heaps of damage. This first point Winston going up against the Sim, it's deceptively difficult. Sim and Diva both, heaps of pressure against the Monkey because of all the fast rotations, and the Diva that can always counter-dive you.
You see, they keep getting progress towards this first tick, but they're never actually able to get that first tick over the line, so they're not actually gaining too much capture progress during all of this. They keep harassing them. They go for another point touch here. But again, Milgara just already down to half HP, forced back, and no real progress. Trying to get in deep on his left-hand side is Sunjin, but he's poked out, and Bliss is just getting loads of free damage here, actually, keeping everyone at bay. Now the jump comes in behind. Aid's going to try and walk forward. Most of that Matrix pushes for the kill. Lee Sumin's actually able to find it. They have taken this top right position. Now if they can stabilize, now they can start clearing all of top, but they have lost Sunjin in main.
Yeah, it does look like, you know, for the moment, everybody's stable. Aid's chipping away up on high ground, but two players on point right now for WAE, and they are about to secure a tick. You can see the contest comes through for Burner, though, right before going through. Aid is taken very, very low. He's face-to-face with Burner, but Burner's taking a beating. He shifts back onto the Mega Health Pack, snatches that one up. Milgaru, he's in like Flynn and out like Trout. He takes all the damage in the world on Burner. Up on the high ground, starts poking away. Milgaru has been healed back up to full. The Guardian Wave is good for it, but Milgaru, I mean, he can't get anything done. He's just been...
He's dead. Yeah, Burner's eating him up. And that's going to be a Kitsune Rush on trade, but with no tank for WAE, they're going to have to slow it down, hope someone can find a pick or a trade or something. But Burner doing a very good job of maximizing his uptime and his output while not getting caught or demexed or into any scary situation. And Zeta Division will reassume full control.
Oh my days. High ground for Zeta Division. I feel like, starting to feel like WAE maybe shouldn't have gone to Zeta's best map in the entire pool, where they can consistently always win, even versus T1. Burner marking the Tracer from behind. You can see Sondra trying to work his way in, but having not much luck at all. Dragon comes out now, though, trying to clear the high ground. What? Where is that Dragon going? It's going into a ceiling that nobody can play in. So, yeah, apparently Aid is completely lost in the source. Milgari jumps backline. Blissey, he dropped the Tidal Blast, but he will go down. No kill converted. Aid actually stuns up Burner, but Burner is face-to-face with a Hanzo, so Burner's probably happy to just clean up that kill in moment's notice. 1-for-1 trades. Finn goes down as well, though, so one-man advantage now for WAE. Bomb comes out from Burner as he will resuit. Pulse on the point goes wide, but Sonjin is chasing out Alpha Yi. Unfortunately, though, for WAE, they are far from out of the woods. There's a definite recontest on the cards here for Zeta.
No ults for Zeta, though, so they're going to have to just try and do it dry. Ada's back on the Venture, and Milgaro has this Primal. So once that backline steps up, there's an opportunity. Pulse Bomb is a miss from Sunjin, and they've lost Lee Sin mid actually during all of this. They're all over the backline. They just killed it. Milgaro still has the Primal, but they had no chance to go. Zeta have just been able to retake all of the space easily, and now Milgaro will be popping that Primal, looking for more kills. Ada's going to dive onto the high ground. He loses out to Pelican. Milgaro needs more with this Primal. He's trying to chase down the Kiri. Kiri is low. Will be able to confirm that one onto Finn. The trades do favour the attackers, and as second tick and counting, Burner is going to get the first touch before TPing away. Now the blink onto point as well. Alpha Yi taking over responsibilities for the touch. Recall has now been burned. Touch increasingly difficult. Alpha Yi dies for this one. It's Pelican who takes over. He's going to die as well. And WAE do get it over the line thanks to Milgaru's trades.
WAE managed to get it over the line, and Such a... Oh, God. We're on Ram, for Pete's sake. Is that going to change it? I'm not too sure about that one. I mean, Ram is... It's good for second point. It's a flat point where Diva struggles, Winston struggles, Zarya can be walked over potentially as well. But I'm just not a huge believer in block swap anymore. Are we out of sync? 204, 3, 2. Do not come.
Yeah, I think I was maybe like...
58.
Oh wait, maybe you're slightly ahead. 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52.
Yeah, we're on. Okay.
Go.
There's a rush available for Lee Min right now, but you can see WAE, they're just taking as much free push as they can. Burner not even trying to fight close because there is no high ground for him to ping pong from, but now that he's got himself a corner and he's got some high grounds that he can escape to, this is where Zeta Division are going to play for the hold. We also know that they're famous for conceding all of the space on second point, so there's really no surprise that they're giving it up here. Goodbye,
Pelican's actually super deep behind now. He nearly has a sim wall as well, but they're just going to keep moving the payload forward. Eight's going to look for a bit of a burrow underneath. Eyes on the backline, wants to force this TP out of Finn. Alfie in big trouble as well. Actually just dies to this. A Kitsune rush from behind from Finn, but Lee Min can match that now. Player advantage as they try and focus down Finn. TP has been forced out. Sunjin wants to hunt down that kill. Can't find him. Both Pelican and Burner are all still behind, so why are you going to keep this payload moving forward? But Zeta have a bit of an unorthodox surround.
Yeah, right now. Zeta, they have good positions, but we know they really do struggle with contesting on second point. Now you can see there's actually, I think, a few too many people behind. WAE are getting way too much card control right now. There is a really good pinch on the cards. The sim wall comes up, but the fight, I mean, it has to happen yesterday. There's so much push taking place that now there's only 4 meters remaining. Yeah, it's a good pivot away from the sim wall now, like just kiting back into the alley. And that's a 1-for-0 trade. Tidal Blast is out now. Alfie goes backline, absolutely pumps damage into Maka. Absolutely disgusting play from him. Aid 1 versus 1 with a Symmetra will find the kill, but the trades are coming back and forth. Alfie is just too fucking good, man. Yeah. Finds another kill onto Aid, and WAE, I mean, their push looked so good for so long, but it's cut short by Alfie.
Just does a bit of everything, doesn't he? Takes the Tidal Blast deep, manages to convert a kill through all of that, and then comes back, deals with all those threats. Thought Aja had a chance to clutch it there as he hit that tectonic shock on Alpha Yi, but not to be, and Zeta Division will fully reset. They are on Kiri Lucio now as they sort of try to come back a little bit fast. We're heading into overtime. Annihilation on point. Only Alpha Yi with a pulse bomb to try and turn it. They're going to TP forward. Maka is low on HP and cooldowns as he goes forward there. Sorry, Lee Min. Milgaro's actually found a kill on points, and now the touch is increasingly difficult. They really need a stick out of Alpha Yi here. Misses it, dies for the attempt as well. And now all of a sudden, WAE, not only do they have this annihilation, they might not even need it. Burner has to take a step back. They're all so low, and WAE will get it over the line. And this is one of the problems with Zeta's approach in this second point defense. When they concede all this space, only one thing needs to go wrong, and that's the whole point.
Oh, you think AG need a new coach? I don't know about that. Maybe they just need a new meta. They just need a hit scan. Now we're over to the third point. I mean, Zeta Division, they're back in the situation where they have some of the best space available for their comp. Pelican's even going to go, oh, wow, they're space maxing right now. Pelican over to a character that can fly, Alfie over to a character that can climb walls. Everyone playing characters that can just take advantage of the high grounds of this third point. And now Zeta, they can really get the surround. They can really control the high ground space. It's going to be so hard for Aid to ever take a good angle because anywhere he goes, he's going to have to deal with the Diva, the Echo, the Genji, all flying at him one by one to finish the kill. Burner holding inside his signature cutout covered. Kitsune rushes mirrored in main, but Milgaro, he goes down without using the Annihilation, the picked tank.
Disaster start for him as well, and it doesn't seem to be able to survive no matter what hero he picks, you know? On Winston, there's an excuse. It's hard against some of these heroes. But on Ram, with an Annihilation, really feels a little bit inexcusable, but you can see some of the problems that WAE are going to run into where they just can't contest that high ground. Eight's actually going to go onto the sim now, so now all of a sudden they can actually get their Ramatra onto this high ground. They can play to clear that space before they go, but this has brought Zeta Division valuable time to get some more ults online. Tidal Blast and Copy both pretty close. The TP is just a fake actually, but Lee Min has got a pick onto Finn. There's the opening. They're going to clear it on point. The slow has been eaten, but the pulse bomb was not. Sunjin's going to find the kill. Burner's going to get demexed here, I think, as well. He's so low. Self-destruct has been forced up top. I think he can get back into the mech, so he can keep stalling out, but Milgaru's still Annihilation, and they're threatening checkpoint.
checkpoint is already being, or rather Cap is being threatened. Nade onto Aid though, and Sonjin finds Bliss. Looking good for WAE as they've still got their Ramatra on the point. Still has the Annihilation to keep it going as well. He's not going to get picked in overtime, and maybe there was a method to the madness. Xavier go to their best map, beat them on it, crush them psychologically. Pelican and Alfie both dash onto the point trying for one final touch, but neither can make it happen. No Kiri swap from Finn either to TP out. Peculiar. And that's going to be WAE capping the map.
Yeah, that's actually really reasonable. It felt, you know, if you ask me how many fights did Zeta win versus how many fights did WAE win, I'm pretty sure Zeta won more fights across the course of that attack, but WAE get the full cap, so really can't complain about that. And again, we saw it a little bit yesterday when Zeta Division played in this map as well. Now, you can see a lot of space. The same kind of happened on third, right? Like, they lose 3 fights, maybe across the entire defense, but lose the full map. So now they have to do the same. Obviously, they did the same last time, right? They pushed it fully and then won in the overtime as well. So far from out of it, Zeta Division on their best map. But WAE, maybe a little bit of sign of life here. And it did feel like, for the most part, it could get aid onto some of those heroes a little bit more. But feels like he is going to be starting on the sim here on the defense. Ram as well, actually.
Hang on one second.
Yes, we have been seeing some Roadhogs. Jumbin's been playing it. We saw Milgari play it a lot yesterday, so we'll see if Milgari's got it in him later in this series as well. Does Zeta know they can stop the cart by standing on it? Not yet.
I mean, that second point is
It was
just bizarre for them.
exactly the same as yesterday, right? And just keep backing it up, trying to set us around. But then, you know, it's a cart pushing game at the end of the day, and they just lose out to that. Now it's going to be Genji and Echo for Zeta Division here on the attack.
Smashy told me that, yeah.
Milgaro is anchoring this top right area, but Zeta Division, they have the option. They can touch point. They can look to go just behind the Ramatra here as well. Sunjin's already lost a few of these blinks as he gets forced out. Turrets will be cleared by Burner bottom left as they want to try and get Aid out of this position. You can see Alfie is threatening that as well. So has to be very wary here, Aid, that he doesn't get overwhelmed.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Milgari just holding down the high ground. This is a very solid position for him, but with the DPS angles for Zeta Division, it's going to be hard for him to ever swing. He will be poked out very, very heavily if Aid can never get a TP up top. Shield comes down, swing timing from Milgaro, and you can see the space is conceded briefly by Zeta Division's backline and by Alpha Yi. Doesn't want to hold that space while the shield is up, but now that the shield timing is done, here's the pinch Burner from behind. Alpha Yi, Pelican swinging top, Blissey jumping over to throw in and pile on to this fight. And you can see now Zeta Division, they've claimed the top right platform. WAE getting boxed into a corner, but they have the TP to get them out.
Dash comes in, but it doesn't connect for Alpha Yi, so he's a little bit stranded now. Back up the wall, pulled back down by the slow as well. Alpha Yi having all sorts of trouble, and now the chase is on. Milgaro is on his case. Disaster for Alpha Yi, and WAE have a pick to help them stabilize his first point, and crucially, they have actually denied that first tick as well as Milgaro drops to ensure they don't let that one go.
Yeah, that one is extremely tough for Alpha Yi. He had the right idea. Pull the enemy tank forward, wrap around him, and then get on the back line. Unfortunately, dashed into a wall rather than a ledge, or rather into a player. So these things can happen, even to the best in the world. Double support ultimate online now for Zeta Division, but WAE have the ults to match. So no free lunch here for Zeta Division's offense, and already 2 minutes burned off the clock. Nice little car wash for Aid in the hotel, going to make it difficult for Alpha Yi to push through. You can see Alpha Yi steps through, takes a bunch of damage to all those sim turrets. Pulse comes out for Sonjin, goes wide, but ultimately it's just a 1-for-0 exchange.
They really want to come through this bottom left area now. Alfie's going to run into another car wash as Aid TPs away as well. They cleared that one and got Burner into top left, so now they can start to set up a pin. So you can see Pelican on the far right of our screen looking to come from the other angle. And actually, Milgaro's going to drop out of it. Defensive shield just to hold that position. But Zeta, now they've cleared a bit of space, they're going to start forcing the objective. And even look to go deeper. They're up top behind onto the backline. Tidal Blast defensively from Maka comes out. Wants to turn this one coming out. Guardian Wave there to try and finish the kill. Lee Min finds one of them. Pelican has copied the Ramatra on point, but Burner is in deep, just looking for the backline with Finn. They drop the Kitsune Rush and everything. Pelican will be forced out of that. Lee Min actually gets the kill before getting traded by all of that. Lots of trades, though, but Zeta still with player advantage, looking just to clear up this Ramatra now, but Milgaro has an annihilation if he wants to keep going, but no, opts out of it.
Yeah, he's just going to pass. hold on to it for the second point. Obviously, Milgaro on the Ramatra. I mean, if first point it's so-so, on second point it's actually very, very good. We saw how much Zeta Division struggled with fights on the objective when they were on the
Symbol?
Whoa, they're going for the recontest. Aid drops the symbol. Tracer's blinked out, gets another touch. Now the Kitsune rushes on as well. That's 2 ultimates already for WAE. Blade in the backline from Alpha. What's a 2-for-1 Blade combo though? And he gets punched out. Milgaro's back, Iron Mike in the wings. Milgaro can still clutch this one despite the absence of supports for WAE. Lisa Min and Maka should be on the same wave. Pulse comes out for Sonja. Blissey gives it the slip. Still, now it's a 2v4. Respawn advantage for Zeta Division. Maybe Milgaro's going to hold on to this Annihilation again. He's currently just blocking on the corner of the point. He drops it. He's getting back shots from Burner, but Burner's actually quite low. Lisa Min and Maka are both back in this one. Guardian Wave keeping Milgaro healthy, but God, look at the repositions for Zeta. They just sneak into every open crevice of space. Sonja's found Bliss. No way. The recontest is so on now. There's nothing left for Zeta Division. Only Finn's Kitsune rush. Milgaro has fallen. 4v4. The rush is about to come down. The shield expires on the objective as well. Sonja a second away from recall will go down, and Burner might just have clutched it.
Oh, they get it over the line just about at the end there, Zeta Division, but really forced to work hard for that. Surprised Milgaro dropped that one, but he did have double pockets, so it actually really was on. A couple more trades and it would have looked a lot different. Now Zeta Division going to be limited on time for the rest of the map. Now they have Kitsune rush advantage for this next fight, and they have the copy, but Zeta Division, they need to win these next fights quite efficiently. They have to make up a lot of that time they lost on first.
Yeah, now Pelican playing forward, poking up. He's already got his ultimate, but he just wants to apply pressure as much as he can. See if they can't secure a magic pick. You can see Blissey poking as much as he can as well, trying to get his title blast online. Shifts back to main though. He's just playing on cart now, trying to charge that ulti up and getting as much free cart push as WAE possibly can. Burner over on the Diva still, but back, oh my god, Sunjin is just going to clip Blissey. Too much straight line and not enough sitting in the corners or something, and that is going to be an early pick that really helps to buy WAE some serious space here on second.
Pelican under a lot of pressure now as well. Does have the copy if he needs it, but manages to avoid investing it for now and goes back to playing above the rooftops. But that pick means a lot of easy push for WAE. But just going to try and steal it out. But Alfie in the backline, important trade. Now the rest of Zeta Division can walk forward a little bit. Milgaro is still there on point, but they're surrounded a bit now. Trying to just get out of this. Pelican's enclosed on an angle as well. He's going to fly above as Burner goes in. Self-destruct available. He kills Maka for that one. He's doubling in that one. He will have to use the bomb Burner, but they're getting all the kills. Sunjin's hopeful for a trade. Cannot find it though, and Zeta Division will keep this payload rolling.
Yeah, quietly optimistic Sonjin doesn't get what he desires, and WAE now one last fight for the second point hold. So many ultis online for Zeta Division, and Alpha I mean, you've got to be concerned when this guy gets a title blast on him. He goes backline, he gets that overshield, he's unkillable, and he just seems to hit everything. We see some other Tracers, they patiently play to get the stun off. Alpha comes into the backline, and with the overshield, he one-clips you before the stun even goes off. Now you can see Kitsune rush out early from Finn, but it's going to be instantly matched by Lee Sumin. They can see they've got the neutral advantage. Suzu's out. Alpha tries to catch the exit of the TP, but finds nothing with the stun. No value from that title blast. Simwall up for Abe now. Copy's out for Pelly, but Burner's already lost his suit. 18 seconds on the clock, Xavier. This is the final fight, and the tank for Zeta Division has already fallen over.
We're going to be forced all the way back here. Milgaro's chasing them out. Late kills here will be brutal. Finn TP's away. They're trying to set up one final touch. Pelican's copy has been forced out. He manages to live, but Sunjin, he's going to keep peeking both on top. He lobs for pulse at the Tracer there, finds nothing. Ade trying to mark in his top area. Alfie gets one more touch. Ade's going to push this one out. Finn has to TP away. Who can get the touch? They blink on it. Alfie has done so well to keep this point alive, and Burner is back on Hazard, but Milgaro with Annihilation to finish the job here. They have all the tools. Annihilation will be popped. 1-for-1 trade as both Tracers fall, but Milgaro with the Annihilation on point, just crushing them. They have no choice but to go forward, Zeta Division. They can't get the touch hiding from the Annihilation, and WAE are going to win the map.
Absolutely unprecedented result, in all honesty. I would have thought that, you know, this is meant to be their best. This is meant to be where Zeta Division really get to shine. Yeah. And Milgaro's won the map playing bloody Ramatra. Like, do you think it's the absence of a hit scan that's hurting them more than anything? Like, every time they're making these swaps, they're going over to like double flex, you know? They're playing Genji and Echo constantly. But like, Hitscan is really good into Ram, you know? Like, you just shoot him everywhere he walks. You just match his rotation and shoot him in the face. Match his rotation, shoot him in the face. The reason that block slot is so dead now, like, it's not just because like everyone's playing Tracer Genji or whatever, but like with the armor nerfs, like you take so much damage on Ram now. But
well, you have
with
to use
Genji
all your
and
cooldowns.
Echo, you cannot stop the Ram from walking, you know? Like, they're just posting up around on cart, they need the skip. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well,
Alfie
even-
can't play his hand. There's no
even
way
when
Alfie
they-
can play Sojourn.
Even when they lose these fights, WAE, you'll notice Milgaru's always the last man standing because they actually just can't really fight him or poke him out or clear him or any. If they do, they're just wasting their time. You know, Milgaru can just win those types of matchups, so they're forced to go behind him, and it just means they're never really able actually just to. They can only win fights by actually killing all of the backline first, which just slows them down massively. And then you factor in WAE had a couple of clutch retakes on first point to really bleed out the time. And yeah, a lost King's Row, a big miss for Zeta Division now, who, I mean, they do love getting dragged into a dogfight, Zeta Division. It's kind of been their MO this stage 3 regular season. Looks like they might be forced into another one here as well. And this is the mental damage you were talking about as well, right? Take them to their best map, beat them on it.
You know what we need now? We need a mag map where he loses.
Yeah. Mag where he goes ball and just gets hooked by Milgaru on cooldown.
G'day, Jasmine. Let's get a mag map with a Sombra ban, Milgaru on ball, Aid plays Freya. Like, where can we get all of those ingredients cooking?
Well, the problem is it's Zeta Division's pick, isn't it? So
They're not going to protect DPS. They're going to go to a mag map. That's their theory. Zeta likes to pick for that.
yeah, so just like a
It works for
Surabata or
both
something,
sides.
maybe. Yeah.
Mag's good on ball. He just needs time to develop and a better team around him. We love an opportunist king.
Oh, they're replaying this Alpha Yi bit. Oh no.
Anything with the Alpha E bit.
Does Mag have a better win rate than Banana Stage? I don't know total. But
Yeah, I
recency?
think it does. Togacha.
Recency, this is probably yes. Mag is taking his seat.
Good. To be fair, Mag won his map, like, comfortably. Like,
Yeah,
really
I mean,
comfortably.
as much as you can maybe make the argument, you know, who would you take on ball, Mag or Milgaru? They actually won that map fairly convincingly, really.
Yeah. Milgaru is sneaky flexible. I will push this agenda until I die. I mean, Milgaru is not inflexible. Milgaru's got a Hazard, a ball, an OK Winston, apparently an OK Ramatra as well. Like,
A
Milgaru's
Roadhog.
a new era tank player. Yeah, like, he's a good player. Sneaky flexible, and he's just flexible. Yeah, that was like a Reddit tier take.
Yeah.
That was like
Tank-
a Reddit like proud take.
Tank player who has beat several elite Korean teams on a variety of heroes might just have flexibility.
Yeah, he might just have a couple of heroes up his sleeve. What do you think about the cold kebab?
No, if I ever have leftover kebab, I'm always a reheater.
How do you reheat it?
Just in the microwave.
But it's full of lettuce and stuff. Like, it's full of vegetables that don't.
Oh, well,
microwave
what I do when I get a kebab and I get the salad on, I always make sure I eat all of the salad so there's only meat remaining. The other option would be, it depends how, I guess,
Jesus.
shuffled your meat and salad is. Is the salad still just predominantly on top, where you could remove the salad, reheat the meat, and then recombine them at a post-microwave date?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I mean,
Even
you want me to, you
the
want me to
amount of
perform surgery on my kebab.
Yeah, I'm not saying surgery. Move the salad off the top. This guy is the slightest amount of work for this guy. What if you move the salad to the side? Nah, this is I'm not qualified for this.
All right, I think I'm going to pull the trigger on this roster. I think I'm actually going in on Crocs for the rest of the stage.
Ryan says Plato and Socrates discussion.
Are we pulling the trigger right now, Xavier? Is there budget being wasted?
You're talking
not.
to a guy who was trying to fit Sugar-Free and Kevster into his team, so I might not be the financial.
Because it's like, there's 3 budget here, there's 3 budget here. I need this budget to get... I need to add 1 more to my DPS so I can have 2 24 costers. So I can have like 2 24 costers. And then in the support line, if I have 2 24 costers here, that means that I need 5, 6. And that is the 6 right here, if I have 2 21s. And I probably don't actually have 2 24 costers because I might just go like tree and that and this and that and the other. So I'm done. Crocs, Checkers, Zomba, Violet, Landon, Trigger, pulled, submit roster. Don't let me down, Frenchman. Crocs, Checkers, Zomba, Violet, Landon, submitted. Didn't even have to pay the penalty. Get to keep my position on the leaderboard right up until this weekend's.
All right. I've not solved the whole problem, but I've had another idea to fold into the mess.
Go on. Give me your fucking legend tier suggestion of how you're going to further fuck up your
25.
roster.
Minus 25, Skyle to Z.
Can you please explain to me, Xavier? Explain to me
Will it be
why you
worth
would
it?
why would you take the minus 25 on someone that you're going to drop a week later? So you have to spend a trade to lose 25 points.
Yeah, but that's the question. Will it outscore Skyle, do you think? With the penalty in mind?
No, I don't think that Z with a penalty and then a trade cost next week is going to outscore Skyle.
What if I'm feeling lucky?
Can you remind me, where did you place on the fantasy leaderboard last time?
I can't remember.
Is there a historic leaderboard, by the way? I can't even open up the leaderboard
actually.
to find.
It's the sort of...
You should have like a season 1, season 2 leaderboard.
Yeah, no, I
you didn't
agree.
delete that data.
No, the data will still be there. I just don't know if it's displayed anywhere on the
Toby,
site.
you watching?
Yeah, Toby can maybe... It's the sort of thing Toby can probably look up if he's here. But I don't think there's a way to see it on the thing.
GFC Connor says, I have 1 transfer left. Option 1, Sile Simple or Z Vega. Option 1... Wait, what?
Wait, what was it? Sorry?
I'm confused. They have 1 transfer left. Option 1 is Sile Simple. Option 2 is Z Vega. I don't understand how that works. That's 4 players. And it can't be... Can you explain that?
In the meantime, Toby says yes, he could sort something. Toby, in the meantime, if you're at your PC,
Thank you, Toby.
You tell me where I finished last time? I want to say it was like 400 or something, but that's like a real vague memory.
Option 1 sets me up for TM double next week, but I need to keep Sile for tough game this week. Or option 2 gives me Z double this week, but I'll need to transfer both him and Zombie next... Zombie's she-her. I need to transfer both her and Zombie next week with fuck all the spam. I think I ditched Z because I didn't want to transfer her twice. I didn't want to put her on the roster and then take her out afterwards. So I would keep Sile because at least like you don't need to drop Sile every single week, you know? Like I'm keeping Violet for that reason. The same reason that I'm keeping Violet is why you should keep Sile, I think. Because they have a difficult match this week, but then they have like other wins along the pipeline.
4 and 5 is fine
So
for him. Yeah.
So you should set up for the simple. You should set up for the simple double for sure. Because I think taking Z is short-sighted unless you've already pre-positioned for a bunch of other stuff. Because you need to trade Z off immediately. You take her for 1 week and then you have to ditch her in the following.
All right. It's going to be New Queen Street, Bull, Mirror, Sombras both sides as well. And WAE have actually, I think, played here to just ban the Torb here, so avoid any of that Torb sim that they struggled into previously, so it will just be a Tracer Sombra Mirror. But I think Zeta Division are actually really happy with this. Worth noting, Finn is going to try and play the Ana here as well. Pretty good map for it, and Milgar is actually going to get slept and naded on the way out. Aid's going to TP into taking that nade as well, out of respect. They'll both get away for now, but this means Zeta get first control of the map.
And Zeta have that early control. Not sure how to feel about this ban though. The Torb ban instead of the Sombra ban feels outrageous given Zeta Division just surely are better at this double flex version of the comp, and it just makes it completely impossible to play their hit scam. But who's to say? Maybe the Genji would have been just as difficult. Mag slams out, gets pressured back, but you can see Pelican already has that mega health pack control, and Zeta just continue to have card control. So they're actually posting meters while doing this. Up on the high ground now, Finn peeks out, pressures the backline of WAE a little bit. Mac is still about half HP, needs help. Carts back to the middle of the map. No signs of anybody winning or losing this fight just yet, but Sonjin's taking a lot of damage up in main. Finn has to swing into riskier space in order to start healing, but Alfie wins the duel.
More car push as a result of that too. You can see Mag is going to get hacked up behind from Aid, but he can regroup with the team and just trying to set up on the other side of the map instead. Ready to go is this Nano in 15% as well. They're going to trade on the Sombra side here, trying to force them back, but they have that mega control, so Zeta Division won't give up that room easily. Sunjin, on the other hand, he's going to be forced towards point where he'll meet with Alpha Yi again, but eyes over to Finn as his Nano is ready. It's on to Alpha Yi as well, looking for the backline. Needs to force these cooldowns out. Pelican's going to dive in there as well. Pelican's found one already. Slam comes through, looking for this Kiriko as well. So low. Bliss has taken an aggressive angle, and Zeta Division are demolishing them so far. Body block from Alpha Yi, and Milgar is just being packed up right now, and Zeta Division flooding forward.
Yeah, Zeta Division just keep on taking it now. Looking very difficult for WAE. Shades of map 1. A classic Mag winning his map situation. A real trend. I love the way these players play in pitch darkness. Alright. Blissey holding the side with Alpha Yi right now. Just poking as much as he can. Giving Alpha Yi the pocket constantly. You can see Alpha Yi now has received the title blast. He's going to go backline. Self-cast from Maka keeps him alive. He saw the writing on the wall for that situation. But still, 1-for-1 trade isn't terrible. Not like anyone's gone down for it. EMP in main from Pelican is going to cost Pelican his life and nobody else. So a bit of a blunder there from Peli, but Sonjin will be traded. We're in 4v4 territory now. Pulse bomb out for Alfie, catches Aid, and now there's no DPS for WAE. Milgar is sleeping on the job. Early optimism with Peli's EMP fading away.
The backline's now really trapped in the corner here. Mag goes for a slam. The meters are again still going up for Zeta Division as all of this goes on. WAE do get their backline out through that alleyway in the back, and you can see Lee Sumin actually still trying to fight in that area. TP forward as Milgaru looks for the backline. Aid does have this EMP ready to go. Looks for it on the inside onto Bliss. Virus is good. Will confirm the kill. Aid will get his one and get out with that EMP. Now player advantage as Finn is poked out as well. Milgaru not slept up trying to kill Finn, but here's Alpha Yi. Gets the trade on this at least. Messy fight. Will favour WAE actually being able to stabilize through all of this, but it's a long road back still, and they really haven't completely controlled for point yet still.
Yeah, no point control for WAE. They finally start pushing it back ever so slightly, but I mean, what does this really accomplish for them? There's a mountain to climb. Milgara over to the Winston as well. I think the Winston is really not a bad shout. Just a bit of an awkward map for it into the Tracer Sombra because it's so easy for them to slip away. Milgara can carry though because he can contest. A lot of these little tight chokes he can throw down the bubble and his team can brawl with them. Sonjin's found Alpha Yi early on. Close spawns have been disabled, and now it's Magazine who has to tuck tail and run. So hack out onto Sonjin, but it's not going to prevent another push from WAE. Pushing deeper still, and Milgaru cleaning house with the bubble turn. Nicely done.
Going to shut down a lot of Finn's value as well. All of a sudden, these positions where Finn wants to play. Oh, the pulse bomb trade from Alpha Yi, just as it starts to look up for WAE, unravels a lot of that good work. And WAE are going to have to play slow, I think, now. Just wait for Milgaru to come back. This gives Zeta Division time to set up again, get a bit of a surround going, look for their tidal blast and nano timings.
Well, Alpha Yi swings in, goes for a little blink melee on Sonjin before recalling back out to safety. Blissey up on the high ground, he's pocketing Alpha Yi again. Alpha Yi's going to blink on, blink out again. He sees the self-cast and he decides he's actually just going to space away. Great discipline. Again, we see the 1-for-1 blast for blast trade taking place. Nano turn onto Blissey actually, not an aggressive one but a defensive one instead. Mag is going to catch Marker, and now it's time for Zeta Division to keep on swinging. You can see Lee Sun-min's on the run, had to TP, had to Suzu as well. Two-man lead for Zeta Division, and they're going to push the cart right back into the enemy territory.
Yeah, Sunjun's going to get caught on the way out too. No checkpoint. Going to be EMP versus EMP in this next fight as Ronaldo WAE are just trying to get everyone out alive so they can set this up properly. Eyes onto both Sombras as they look for it. It's really been solo target attempts from both Sombras with their initial EMPs. We'll see if they look for a similar thing. The hard part, they're just going to drop on point actually. Aid's going to hit it onto Mag. Damage there. They're going to bubble off some of the heals as well. Mag is going to get chased out, but gets that Guardian Wave healing. And now the counter EMP by Pelican is much bigger. Aid will die for that one, and Pelican will regroup. Sleeper's a miss from Finvo, where Sunjun's able to find a trade. Milgari's going to get in this room as well, and the bubble makes it so difficult for Bliss. All of a sudden, they're turning it around now as well. Mag's going to commit in for a trade. Mag needs help, but the Suzu is available. They can't confirm this kill. They've dealt with the Alpha Yi threat, and it should just be a matter of time until they get Mag 2. And good fight from WAE there. Good dive.
Yeah, really nice moves from WAE. You can see how Mag and Milgaru thrive in such opposing space. The backline positions inside those small rooms near the Mega, it's really hard to engage there as Wrecking Ball. It's really hard to control that space. But for Milgaru, that's exactly where he wants to fight. If the backline plays there, he can jump down, throw down the bubble, instantly block 2, instantly cleave 2. Whereas, you know, it's easy to juke ball in that space. You see Mag, he's actually going to zone that space by throwing down a minefield outside of it. But I'm not sure that this is really accomplished all that much, because WAE's backline have legs. They can walk out in the main again. Milgaru is now engaged on the objective, jumped over, and Zeta Division, they're scrambling. They're not blocking the cart. You can see a wide swing for Lee Soo-min, but a pulse onto Maka. No Suzu from Lee Soo-min. He drops down the rush in main. Milgaru is deep in the back. He's got Primal Rage. Well, he finds a trade, but they've lost the cart. Well, unless...
He comes back to deal with a DPS, actually, and he will just crush these DPS, so maybe it's all fine after all. Milgaru can get it all done, and Mag will be forced away. They still have to get checkpoint because that robot was stolen, so Zeta have bought themselves some valuable time, but a really good primal from Milgaru. Damage on both fronts. They can maybe contest before checkpoint here, but it's going to be Alpha Yi to go for the first touch. Mag is still with them as well. Tidal Blast available soon for Blizz. They need to get rid of Alpha Yi, but again, Mag is stealing this robot, and you can see there's a constant frustration. Tidal Blast out now for Alpha Yi, looking for the backline, forces it. Suzu out as well, backs out of that one actually, doesn't commit for that one as he doesn't have recall. So they've stabilized, and now Milgaru jumps in, another bubble turn, pressure onto Alpha Yi. Lee Soo-min takes care of that one too. Milgaru needs a little bit of help in main, but they're getting ever closer to their ultimate. Sunjun's going to force this Kitsune rush out as well. Pelican onto the Reaper, but Blissey has died. For checkpoint's gone. It's all falling apart for Zeta.
What a fumble. They didn't even fight before the rush. The rush comes out as the checkpoint's already come through. Blissey swapped over to Lucio now. This Winston swap for Milgaru is doing absolutely everything for them. Pelly's over to the Reaper now, but we're in a big open map. Solo EMP on Alpha Yi in the corner finds the kill. Oh, huge play from Aid. Looks goofy, absolutely perfect play though. And now, that should be the lead secured for WAE. Magazine slams Carp, but he cannot stay the course, and he is going to lose the lead. Tidal Blast out onto Sonja now. He spies backliners. He forces the Wraith form out of Pelican. Now the chase is on. Pelly has no Wraith. The Pulse! The Suzu. My god, they're too good. He's too good. Sonja dies for it as well.
Yeah, Finn actually gets the kill on the way out there as they deal with all of that threat. So they've got the lead for now, WAE, but it is a slim one as we enter the final 90 seconds of this map. Mag is looking for some chase kills, but WAE backline is together with Aid, so Mag can't push that anymore. But the onus very much on Zeta Division now. They have to regain this lead, and they've only got a Pulse Bomb with which to do it, a Death Blossom as well. We see quite often how difficult the Death Blossom can be to find consistent value, and New Queen Street is a difficult map for the Reaper, and Milgaru's already put a lot of pressure onto Bliss. He's half HP, he's underneath, he's going to die, not going to get to this beat, and now Aid, he can keep going more. Lee Soo-min's going to take control of the car. Alpha Yi, is there a way out here? He's blinked behind, so he can stay behind, but that's about it. Pelican's going to die late as well.
Oh, so brutal there. Blissey getting caught out early. He's stuck in between two very hard places. And now, no beat for that center fight. It means that WAE, they're going to have close spawns on again. They have another ult swing. Aid's got another EMP. Deep jump comes through. Suzu's out. Aid nursing this EMP for dear life. Maybe he was at 99% and didn't actually have the opportunity to drop it. And now Milgaru has to pull out the primal. They go deep. Pelly falls first. Finn as well. Card control maintained. And Magazine being juggled out of spawn. Bubble down. Doesn't get anything done. This isn't a full cap though. There's a Kitsune rush and a huge ult swing for Zeta. WAE would really have liked to layer those ultimates because for sure Zeta can recontest and there's actually a comeback possible for them.
Kitsune Rush comes out. Mag's going to get one shot, actually. Bliss is going to beat now. Pelican has to try and find the kills. Alpha Yi onto the back line. Any trade will do at this point, but he's forced to recall. Pelican has found one on point as Zeta get a little bit of breathing room on this robot. Milgaru is still behind, but no primal limited support should be taken care of by Pelican. They have stabilize Zeta. They've got control of the robot, but we are into overtime now, and it is a big push required for Zeta.
Zeta need a huge push, but they've really done well on this recontest. They've only had to use that beat by Bliss, which means now Zeta, they can just keep on layering these ultis. WAE, they overspent in their EMP primal turn. They've only traded 1-for-1 with the Kitsune Russian beat. So Zeta, I mean, the game is really on. WAE might want to take a fight before the close ones are even disabled, but Magazine is zoning the side where Aid wants to retake from. Sonjin flanking through main, Finn up top, pocketing Alfie on cart, Wraithform forced out of Peli very early on, but the blast is out now. Peli TP's back. Milgaru is just on the cart, trying to chase out Mag, but the ults are scrapping out on payload. Zeta Division, they still have Blossom and Pulse. They're still pushing cart, and WAE, they haven't found the kills they need.
No, Maka's actually going to get one onto Finn. Mag's going to fall as well. They're low on healing now. Pelican TP's away from the point. Alpha, you will take over touch. Blossom attempt from Pelican, but he's found nothing. Milgaru will stop the payload as well. No way for Alpha to really fight this. Recall's going to go down. Important denial of that close spawn. And WAE, they complete the comeback. They take the lead in the series.
Double unprecedented, I suppose. What's going on in Korea? Nobody can predict the result in Korea anymore.
Yes.
Now we've got, you know, Zeta Division getting taken to 4 unfavorably by WAE. Oh god. It's a circle of suck, yeah. It's disastrous.
This is also devastating for WAE, right? Because if WAE had won their game against Onside yesterday, and then were able to win this series, they could go directly to playoffs. And then all of a sudden, that really puts Zeta in a difficult position. But now, I don't think they can overtake him still. Ooh, I've got confirmation of my finish was 192nd in Stage 2.
Ooh, thank you, Toby. Imagine having Pelican and Alfie in a double flex meta and still being this fucking shit.
I mean, I swear as well, it's not even just an on-paper thing. Like, from the eye test, Pelican and Alfie have been the best DPS duo in this stage as well. But unfortunately, that doesn't translate into results much beyond map 5 dogfights with mid and lower table teams.
You're asking me why was Finn's ult bad? Look at where Finn is playing. Finn's up top right. So there's a chance to take a fight here. They get forced back. And then where his ult winds up coming from, it's top right down to the cart down here. Your Kitsune Rush needs to go into the enemy backline. It needs to go into the enemy team, right? So that you can push with it. But instead, where Finn's ult is, initially Pelican has made a mistake. Maggot, like, you want to explain all the reasons why this fight goes wrong for Zeta Division, right? You look here, up on the high ground, Finn has a good angle to open. But Pelican and Mag have fucked up their ping pong in main. Because what you want to do as Reaper is you want to fight on this corner, poke on this corner, poke on this corner, but you want your monkey to put down bubble so you can keep fighting in this bubble trade, right? Bubble comes down from Milgaru first, and before Mag can actually bubble and Pelican can survive in the bubble trade, he's been chunked out really low. So he didn't ping pong very well here on the corner, and he got poked out and he lost his shift. And now here, it just goes from bad to worse because they go up on the high ground and they're in the train. The train is like good space for the enemy Winston. It's easy to block the backline. And the Kitsune Rush is now on the cart, which means that WAE don't have to fight into the Kitsune Rush at all. And nobody is going to be pushed by the Kitsune Rush. So now there's a Kitsune Rush on cart, and you see, look at where WAE are playing. Everyone is up on this high ground, and they just ignore the cart. They don't need to stop the cart from moving at this exact moment. So now Finn has put down an ult out of desperation that can easily be kited. Whereas if he had fought aggressively up on the high ground, if he'd been poking harder up here, and then they were rushing when Pelican was back shifting, when they chased with Milgaru, maybe they could find a kill that way. Or, alternatively, because I think that's a bit pie in the sky, to be honest, like if he rushes up top, then WAE can still kite back into the main lane. The alternative is instead of rushing like right here, they start flipping the map out towards the left. They start flipping the map out towards the left, and then the rush is on the ground in the open on a longer stretch. When they can pull the cart back with the rush. But this way they can't really pull the cart back with the rush, and they're all stuck up in the train, which is shit space because it's too easy to be blocked out.
It's really weird they lost that neutral so hard as well. Like, meeting on that corner in that
Peli
situation.
just got fucked. Like,
yeah,
Peli just got
like,
poked out.
it should favour the Reaper one.
By Lucian or something, you know?
Because in theory, I think that is Zeta Division's plan, right? They're going to hold that corner, and then in theory, if WAE try and push, they can just Kitsune Rush and meet it. But as soon as Pelican has like his Wraith forced and they have to concede all the space, now it's just full chaos,
like
and the Kitsune Rush just gets nothing, and then they are just stranded, not really knowing where to fight. And you can see WAE just do the kite as soon as the Kitsune Rush comes out, like a
it's like
Milgari back
the,
jump.
the rush is here, and like best case scenario at this stage, they all flip out to main. You know, like they all just flip around with the cart. They trade the rush for that, because Milgari's kited out. Milgari can't chase a kill, but like someone dies anyway, right? Because they are doing
Finn
that.
dies, I
they
think.
are doing that because Finn didn't flip with his own rush. Finn's under here for some reason. Like, who the fuck did Finn TP to here? Like, Finn is here in main in his rush, and he's TP'd
underneath?
to someone that's down here. Like,
Is it Mag?
I think Mag might have been down here or something.
Yeah, Mag was down there, so he TPs to Mag as Mag back jumps. So then Finn is just nowhere.
Mag's back jump is the actual fucking throw of the century. No? I needed an opportunity. Yeah. I needed an opportunity to shit on Mag, actually, and this back jump is it. He's back jumping away from where the cart is pushing to a Mega where he's going to get boxed into a corner, away from his rush, away from his team, and away from his rush, away from his team, towards the enemy, and away from where the cart is going. So fucking bravo,
and
magazine.
Simultaneously, also baits Finn then to TP to him, and just as Finn TPs to him, back jumps to the actual payload where Finn was to start with. So it's like... Yeah. Alright, Suravasa now. Bull ban, Sombra ban, all still open here. Probe is in. As we heard of Suravasa.
If they on Diva, they win that, no? Pavo, just let Magazine lose his map, okay, bro?
But Alpha E as well. Are they going to ban Tracer then?
Unfortunately, just a little bit too much piss being taken right now.
I mean, there's empty bladders on one side of the stage. And this is a horrible situation for Probe to come into as well, you know, like, whereas... You just go in and make sure we don't beef in this entire series, will you, mate? Cheers.
Would be a treat. Proby wins his win. You think Proby wins his map? I think taking one of Pelican or Alpha E out is the most insane thing in the world.
Also,
no worries then, I met you.
If you're WAE here and you see the hit scan guy comes in, you know, like how we see in EMEA, a lot of the time teams just pretend double flex DPS doesn't exist and just both teams play hit scan, and you don't ever see some of the problems hit scan has in this current meta because the other team isn't running the double flex DPS. If I'm WAE, I'm just like, yeah, fuck it, we'll just play a hit scan matchup if you really want. So Sombra ban from Zeta Division, which is obviously actually is what we were talking about WAE wanting to use, right? But now WAE can actually use this as well. We're gonna ban Lucio. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Force, in theory, I guess you force Bliss onto a less comfortable hero, but I actually think Bliss has been playing really fine on the Wu Yang so far. So I'm not sure if this actually hurts Zeta.
His Wu Yang has been more than serviceable.
Yeah, so I don't think Zeta are actually that bothered by this.
Yeah, Sombra ban, but I suppose Sombra ban is kind of good, you know, like. I just think Ball Tracer can still make it really hard for Proby, you know? Like...
Yeah, even without that, yeah.
You just have this insane DPS diff, and you're just putting Proby in the lineup. Like, if Proby can play hit scan, then so can fucking Aid.
Yeah, you know? it's cooked like, both ways.
What's today's dinner? Adana kebab. It's breakfast, by the way.
I'm actually having kebab for lunch as well.
Yeah. Zeta subbed their Tracer player out on the ball Tracer map, GG. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, there's another question mark to be raised about Pelican staying in versus Alpha E, if we're probably just going to play Tracer hit scan as well. Because I'd keep Alpha E in. But...
Until when did you last see the sun? 3 days ago, I think.
Oh, but you'll see it in quite a lot in the next 48 hours, right? Could just run the Torb sim here actually as well. I guess we've seen Zeta Division doing that before, but I don't really know how Probe fits into that. Maybe he's the best Torb in the world. He's probably not.
Euros and doner kebab are just different things. Like, it's not like the same word for, you know, they're not like different words for the same thing. They're different things.
What's that?
Euros and kebabs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Now. Cried Salama. Cried. Yeah, alright. You're permabanned from the chat, Primrose. That's the one. That's the one that pisses me off.
What was the last straw?
They said they are literally the same thing. Telling me that Euros and kebabs are the same thing, that's the line. Done.
Kebabs are gyros with different ingredients. Yeah, but different ingredients implied it's a different thing. That's like the fundamental thing.
Doesn't that sound like a different thing to you? Yeah.
I mean, a house is just a car with different materials.
Boost homosexual? CBA. Okay. Hog for Milgar. All the marbles.
To finish him.
They put the hit scan player in, which means the Hog's going to take a bunch of damage, and now you play the Hog. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so Probe is going to be playing for Freya. Ada's going to TP out of spawn. Questionable whether he goes back or not. He goes forward. So if you're going to be using the sim with the Hog here, obviously a lot of ability to try and TP the Hog into positions to threaten Probe. Sunjin to set up a flank while all of that happens as well. Backline's completely mirrored. But we've seen Milgaru do a lot on this as well. If anything, this first point is probably the hardest for the Hog, just because the flanks are quite long and obvious where they're coming from. So unless they can get value out of these TP hooks, it might be quite difficult for Milgaru.
Oh, Sonjin side fighting for the moment. TP has been broken, but he loses a lot of condition. Instantly gets bolted by Proby, forced back. Probably should have checked sync, but the hook comes out and Proby is gone. So forget about hit scan countering Hog. Milgaru counters hit scan. TP's up onto the high ground, gets it done. He has to heal himself oh so much though, and he will be taken out. But Zeta Division get the first cap anyway.
Too low to get back on that point immediately, Milgaru, so they have to play retake now. WAE. They're trying to get Milgaru up aggressively now. Can't find that hook on the sim. We'll be able to take care of the TP though as he does force objective. But now the slam comes through. Self-heal forced as well. Trying to camp Mag as he looks for his another one. But this actually connects the orb onto point, and that's the point force going to be put an end to for now. Slam onto Maka in the backline as well. Guardian waves to save himself and gets away from any hook attempt from Milgaru too. So they can hang on to this point for now. Probe needs a bit of pocket on point. Ada's going to drop in for that one. Doesn't find the kill, but Milgaru has found a trade, but the trades, it's just kind of a messy fight, and this is going to favour the team that's in control of point.
Proby right now, I mean, this is such a power position for him to be in. He needs to be contested up top. I really do feel like WAE are taking the piss with this Hog pick, honestly, because it is just a huge source of damage. Bowler shot comes out, hits the wall. Now you can see Kitsune rush on the point for Lee Soo-min. WAE, they're going to muscle up onto it. They've got the Hog on point. It's going to be very difficult for Zeta to contest. They are just going to concede the cap, actually. Whole Hog's available. Hook comes out. Again, Proby has been hooked by Milgaru. This guy's good for it on the Hog. I'm feeling better and better about the Crocs Gambit every single day. Now Blissey has a Tidal Blast, but they're probably just going to wait for Proby. Play for the open angles. TP comes out. Oh my god, it catches Pelican out of the exit of the TP. That's going to slow Zeta's advance even more.
More time off the clock. Zeta Division, they have the support ults now. They didn't have them in that previous fight to actually keep that point contested, but now they get to retake with both of them and a slight symbol advantage. Milgaru has to take that TP back, has to be careful as damage is being juiced into him, but we'll have the whole hog soon to layer into this fight as well. So in theory, ult advantage for WAE once everything is online, but need to worry about this double support ult timing. Hook attempt as well. Milgaru just a little peekaboo, but doesn't find anything. Now Zeta Division can walk up. Kitsune rush out onto point. Whole hog to keep him at bay, but Milgaru has to heal. He's so low. Guardian Wave and Suzu invested. Tidal Blast for Mag. He's just getting pushed back, though. Can't find anything with that one. And Pelicans for one who dies with Simwall as well. Lee Soo-min takes care of that one. Now player advantage for WAE.
Aid on the point, holding it down with the sim wall up. WAE might just be able to take this one now. Hook comes out to Milgaru, it will go wide. Sim wall for sim wall is allowing Zeta Division to continually recontest, but Magazine is so low and so I'm just going to chase him out. Now nobody can touch for Zeta Division. And an expensive failure of a recontest there as WAE actually take the first round. Is it going to be a WAE 3-1 versus Zeta?
That would be... I mean, I don't think anyone would have predicted that coming into the day. After everything we've seen from WAE so far, and Zeta Division feel like they're closer to punching up than punching down, honestly, but they're really struggling here. I think that symbol from Pelican was actually pretty rubbish. It came back from spawn, but wasn't actually on the point enough for them to keep that contest going. So they get the advantage, double support up. Milgaru's just killed Bliss before the fight has begun, and that should be first cap as a result.
Oh yeah, first cap again going the way. Oh, Pulse is out. Starlit Zelda, thank you for the tier 1. Welcome to the Parasocial Friends Club. Appreciate that.
Milgaru's in trouble.
Milgaru's been anti-nated, but he will live. You get a bit of mitigation when you hit the take a breather, and he's just going to pop that. It's going to keep him healthy. Now, TP up onto the high ground. Proby's being poked. Already very low. Hooked. Oh, the TP hooks are disgusting. God, maybe I need a sim player in my lineup. Maybe I need to keep checkmate for the rest of time. This guy just going to be good for it. Magazine rolling around. Pelican has fallen to Maka, but the hook comes out from Milgaru. TP back again. God, the nade does nothing to save him. And it's just Zeta Division getting absolutely dog-walked right now by Milgaru. Present everywhere on the map, hook after hook.
Yeah, Minefield comes out, but they just take a couple of seconds away, clear all of that, and they have to play retake again. Bowler out now from Probe. Doesn't look like we found anything there. Now the TP hook, and this time goes wide. Asleep as well. Attempt at a punish. Tidal Blast onto Pelican looking for more. They've killed Sunjin during this as well. Ada's just running it down in the back actually with that Tidal Blast. Just killed Probe as a result. Poor Proby getting everything thrown at him. Now the whole hog is out looking to lock down one of these players in the corner. Trying to find it. Dodges for sleep as well, but Finn is still alive for now. Hits for defensive nade. Finn on the run will eventually get hunted down. Kitsune rush from Lee Soo-min, and he's finished it. It's going to be the second point.
2-0 lead now for WAE and Zeta Division. I mean, God. Subbed in the hit scan player. Oh, God. Mags on Marissa. Finn's on Kiri. Everything's changing. Zeta Division down to the wire now. This one's going to sting. This one's going to sting. I'm sure some people's parlays are about to go up in smoke off the back of this one too. Now they've got the Australian audience back with all this pack coverage. I've seen there's a lot of happy punters probably going to be burning for this one. TP out onto the side. A goes for another TP hook, but it's not going to happen this time. Next turn, perhaps. Sonjin backed up towards the point. WAE have initial point position, and they have the sim wall, which should guarantee them the cap, unless Maka gets pre-fired.
Okay. Opening now for Zeta Division. They're going to drop a symbol from WAE in response. Mag goes flying through that one. Pulse Bomb is out onto Pelican though. And the hook is good as well. 2 kills in the blink of an eye for WAE. And all of a sudden, despite that opening pick, it means nothing. They can't do anything versus the sim wall.
Yeah, WAE right now, just stealing this all the way through to the end. Zeta Division, I mean, if they can just poke up, take a long fight, they are going to have Magazine's Terror Surge online eventually, but we're not there yet. Pulse is available for Sonjin. Tidal Blast, Kitsune Rush, halfway there, but Pelican's been picked by Milgaru. Hog's OP. Hog's actually so good. It's actually so back. Now it's just completely fucked for Zeta Division. Magazine needs to charge up. Yeah, Mag needs to charge the Surge. Probe needs to get the bowler shot online, but where's the space to actually get it done? Milgaru's holding the main choke. How's he even going to swing versus this? No way.
Oh, he's done it again! No Matrix, no way. They can't Suzu it in time and Probe. Oh, But you're glad you got subbed in now, Probe. Last fight for Zeta Division. They have no choice but to try and make it work. They TP through to rotate. They want to try and clear that out. They walk into a pulse bomb. Damage is mitigated, though. Another hook also mitigated. They're on the back step here. Maka has the Tidal Blast defensively. Lee Soo-min about to have a Kitsune Rush as well. They're going to get onto the point. They have the Terror Surge as well. Maka, Tidal Blast comes out to save Milgari. They're trying to pocket him through all of it. They really want the kill. Terror Surge pulled in. Does eventually kill Milgari as a result. Zeta have thrown everything at it, but it might just be enough. But Sunjun's got a kill in the back. Full beam aid on the point takes care of Mag. They're not out of it yet. Sunjun more kills in the back. And WAE are just going to sweep him on Suravasa.
Wow.
4 ults thrown into Milgari's face, and they only get the kill by the skin of their teeth.
I don't know, this is an unreal result, honestly. Maybe Hog's better than we all thought, you know? Like, that's the secret ingredient. He just pulls it out and absolutely dominates. Like, holy shit.
You could, yeah, I think you had talked about how it might be a bit difficult on first point, and you saw some struggles there. They maybe got a bit fortunate at the end, but as soon as we get to these other points, you know, when it's just these like little rooms on the right, little doors on the left, and Milgari's
they rolled really high with like the points that they scored,
Yeah,
because like the
ENT.
other 2 points on the map are like the long angle ones. The first
High
point
angle,
should have
yeah.
been good for them as well, but like high ground angles and long angles where it's really difficult for the Hog to actually flank and find value. But on the 2 points that they got after first, they were just so easy for Milgari to constantly pop in and out of these different flanks and find kills. Like, really did so much with it. And I mean, even on the points that have high ground and longer angles, I feel like the sim is kind of breaking that element of the pick. Like, Milgari on the bell point, I'd say that's a pretty good point for Freya, and it's hard for Hog to actually flank because the flanks are long, but that didn't matter.
But Probe can't hold that space at all, because every time he does, he just gets threatened by a Hog TPing into his face, and he has to use all his skills to give the space again.
Milgari with a thumbs down for the player of the match. He's not happy about that, folks.
It's just, you're right, it's just that brotherly synergy between the Hog and the Sim. Milgari actually had a great series, like a couple of these primals as well, like big moments on King's Row 2. These hook highlights is actually just such a good montage. They've actually just made a Hog frag video with these highlights.
I mean, it's so OP every time he's just constantly popping into these flanks and finding a kill again and again and again. Hi, Clara Lover, 678. Emphasis on the 6-7, obviously.
오늘 두 번째 경기 승리팀 WAE 이수미 선수 인터뷰 해보겠습니다. 승리 축하드립니다.
감사합니다.
네, 오늘 승리 축하드립니다. 자, 상대 변수 조합을 완전히 파괴했죠. 오늘 좀 승리 소감 좀 궁금한데요.
원래 지금 연승 중이었을 것 같은데 해야 될 것 같은데 연패하다가 오랜만에 한번 이기니까 그래도 기분 좋은 것 같습니다.
네, 그렇습니다. 자, 상대의 변수 조합 오늘 좀 깔끔하게 좀 담백하게 받아냈다라는 해설진들의 말이 있었는데요. 자, 전략적 담백함인지 의도한 것인지 좀 궁금하더라고요.
뭐 그닥 생각한 건 없고.
Can Sakura play Hog? I don't know. We're about to find out. Do I want to go back into the fantasy gulag as well? Let me... Whoa, thank you, Yum Shinkai, for the prime as well. Welcome.